Hi everyone. So, welcome to lecture number 5 of matrices. If you recall, in lecture 4 we covered this, not 5 but lecture 4. In lecture 4 we covered these things, construct these kind of matrices, and we also solved this kind of question, simultaneous. And before these lectures we've learned the basics of matrices, right? Types of matrices, if you recall. So let's try and recall 7 kind of matrices with me. First, row, column. What do you mean by row matrix? Single row. Correct. Nice. So row, column, rectangular, square. Perfect. Next, diagonal, zero, and identity. Perfect. Now, rectangular means what? The number of rows and columns are not equal. And identity means what? It's a diagonal matrix where you have diagonal elements as 1 and rest of them as 0. Correct? So we've learned all these things, and after which we covered these things, so it's time for lecture 5. So what are we going to understand today is not this. We'll rather start, as you recall, I mentioned something called as matrix multiplication in the last lecture. So let's talk about it. Matrix. Give me a second. I'll zoom in so that you can see it clearly. Just a bit more. Okay. Seems good. So what are we learning? Matrix multiplication. In previous lectures you have seen that if I have a matrix A, whatever, 1, 2, 3, 4, I can find 2A, so that is scalar multiplication. So by multiplying a single digit or even a number, a real number with this matrix, that kind of thing is called as scalar multiplication. But now we are learning matrix multiplication. That means if this is matrix A and there is matrix B, whatever, 5, 6, 7, 8, I want to multiply this. Is that possible? Answer is yes. And that's what we'll learn today. So matrix multiplication has 3 rules that you got to understand and remember very, very well. First rule. First rule tells you that is multiplication even possible or not, because not all matrices you can multiply with each other. Is multiplication possible or not? That will be told you by the rule 1 of matrix multiplication. What is that rule exactly? This rule says first matrix ka number of columns should match with your second matrix ka number of rows. For example, if I write A matrix ka order, it is what? 2 by 2. B matrix ka order, again 2 by 2. So what this first rule says is your matrix multiplication, that means in dono ka multiplication, is possible if you gotta see that this is verified. First matrix. So if you want to find multiplication AB, then first matrix is A, second matrix is B. Sir, usse kya farak padta hai? I can write BA also. Nope, not at all. That's not the case in matrices. It's not normal algebra that you're talking about. You're talking about matrices in which you cannot say, sir, AB or BA ek hi baat hai. Sorry, it's not. So when you write AB and you're not writing BA, that means your first matrix is A, second matrix is B. So first matrix ka number of columns. So yahan pe mera first matrix is A. Iska number of columns. That means I am talking about this number. Give me a second. So I brought a red pen and a pencil so that it becomes easier for you to understand. Anyway, so first matrix यानी A का number of columns यानी I am talking about this number should match with यानी should be equal to second matrix का number of rows. कौन है second matrix? B. इसका number of rows is which one? That means I'm talking about this number, right? So these both numbers should be equal or should match. In that case, your matrix multiplication is possible. तो क्या इस केस में these numbers are same? Yes, that means multiplication is possible. That is rule number 1. Let's revise. What are we learning? Matrix multiplication. Matrix multiplication कोई भी दो मैट्रिक्स में हो पाता है क्या? ना. You gotta check कि उनमें हो पाएगा या नहीं. कैसे चेक करोगे? By using the first rule. Is multiplication possible? How do you check that? First matrix जो आप लिख रहे हो उसका number of columns should match with second matrix का number of rows. अगर ऐसा है, yes, I would say इनका multiplication is possible. Now, second rule. Resulting matrix का order. Resulting मैट्रिक्स का ऑर्डर क्या बनता है? रिजल्टिंग मैट्रिक्स का ऑर्डर बनता है फर्स्ट मैट्रिक्स का फर्स्ट नंबर सेकंड मैट्रिक्स का सेकंड नंबर. इसमें से बनता है रिजल्टिंग मैट्रिक्स का ऑर्डर. डोंट वरी, एग्जाम्पल से समझते हैं. सो व्हाट आई एम सेइंग हियर इज योर रिजल्टिंग मैट्रिक्स जो बनेगा दैट विल बी ए बी. उसका ऑर्डर कितना होगा? विल इट बी 1/2, 2/1, 3/2, whatever. वो कैसे पता चलता है? दैट कैन बी अंडरस्टूड यूजिंग दिस सेकेंड रूल विच सेज इसका ऑर्डर इज ये. फर्स्ट मैट्रिक्स का फर्स्ट नंबर. तो मेरे फर्स्ट मैट्रिक्स का फर्स्ट नंबर, एम आई टॉकिंग अबाउट एलिमेंट? ना. फर्स्ट मैट्रिक्स का फर्स्ट नंबर दैट मीन्स आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट ये नंबर. फर्स्ट मैट्रिक्स का फर्स्ट नंबर एंड सेकेंड मैट्रिक्स का सेकेंड नंबर. व्हाट इज दैट? 2. सो दैट मीन्स इस रिजल्टिंग मैट्रिक्स का ऑर्डर क्या बनेगा पता है? यहां से आई कम टू नो द नंबर ऑफ रोज दैट इज 2 क्रॉस. नंबर ऑफ कॉलम्स कितना होगा इसका? दैट विल बी टोल्ड बाय दिस सेकेंड मैट्रिक्स का सेकेंड नंबर दैट इज 2. सो इसका ऑर्डर विल बी 2 क्रॉस 2. अंडरस्टैंडेबल? नाउ टाइम फॉर द रूल 3. It's a bit complicated one at start. Okay, so you gotta listen carefully. Third rule tells you how exactly to multiply. How exactly do you multiply? Answer is always row with column. मतलब क्या? Let's see. So what I'll do now is exactly tell you in our given example what result will we get. I'll write my matrix once again. So here is A matrix 1, 2, 3, 4. B matrix which is 5, 6, 7, 8. And now I'm talking about resulting matrix AB. Let's write this का order. This is 2 cross 2. This is also 2 cross 2. So resulting matrix का order कहाँ से पता चला? First matrix का first number. फिर second matrix का second number. So it will have 4 elements. अच्छा, वो एलिमेंट्स कौन से कैसे आएंगे? दैट इज व्हाट थर्ड रूल टेल्स यू. And he always says, always multiply row with column. Matlab, row 1 with column 1. I'll multiply this way. Row 1 with column 1. And while I multiply that, पता है exactly कैसे होगा? It will be 1 into 5 plus 2 into 7. ये कैलकुलेट करके जो आंसर आएगा ना, that becomes my first element. So if you cannot directly know the answer, no issues. Don't start writing the answer directly. Make big bracket. Like this. Now start. 1 into 5. Write it. 1 into 5. Plus. Always there has to be plus. Plus. 2 into 7. This entire becomes a single element. The first element. Total कितना elements आने वाला है? 2 cross 2 यानी 4. So I got the first element. I can solve it in the next step, but this is my first element. Second element, again when you solve, third rule says row with column. So first row with first column, you got the first element. First row with second column, when you multiply, what you get is the second element. So that means 1 into 6 plus in between always 2 into 8. Understandable? Going ahead. Third element कैसे पता चलेगा? Row with column. So now pick up second row with first column. So that is 3 into 5 plus 4 into 7. And the last one. Row 2 with column 2. Always row with column. How did we start? Row with column, row with column. तो ये दोनों हो गए. Then I'm taking up row with column. ये आया. Then I'm picking up last row with last column. So that means last one. So that is 3 into 5. So sorry, 3 into 6 plus 4 into 8. If you want to summarize this, first element कहाँ से आया? R1 के साथ C1. ये कहाँ से आया? R1 के साथ C2 मल्टीप्लाई किया. ये कहाँ से आया? R2 के साथ C1, फिर ये R2 के साथ C2. Understandable? So third rule tells you, always go this way only. पहला मैट्रिक्स उठाओ, उसका रो विथ इसका कॉलम. Then वही रो विथ सेकेंड कॉलम. Row 2 with first column and row 2 with second column, and you get the answer. And while you do that, corresponding elements 1 into 5 plus 2 into 7 and so on. Okay, let's take one more example. Here we have the next example. Here is A matrix, B matrix. I got to multiply. Do not forget, for multiplication of matrices, we have learned how many rules? 3. First one tells you whether multiplication is possible or not. Second tells you resulting matrix का order क्या बनेगा. And third one tells you how exactly to multiply. Let's check out the first rule. Whether multiplication is possible here. Recall the rule. Check first matrix का number of columns. So in this case, the number of columns is 1. Second matrix ka check out the number of rows. They should be equal. So second matrix ka number of rows. That means this. Is this 1 and 2 equal? No, they are not matching. So they are not equal. If they are not equal, this means what? Is the multiplication possible here? Answer is no, it is not possible. So leave it. In other words, the result of AB is not possible because the order does not match properly. Okay. Now, listen very carefully. Look what I'll do now. AB not possible, accepted. Can I still find BA? You'll say, sir, come on, AB and BA are the same thing. I said, no, already. In matrices, AB and BA products are totally different. AB if not possible, there is a chance BA is also not possible, but there is also a chance that BA ka answer is possible. Because of the three rules, let's check here. If I'm trying to find BA, so B becomes my first matrix, this becomes my first matrix, and this becomes my second matrix. In that case, first matrix ka, as per the first rule, kya multiplication possible hai? You gotta check first matrix ka number of columns. So, is matrix ka number of columns, who is that? Can I say it is this number? First matrix ka number of columns should match with second matrix ka number of rows. Who's the number of rows? This. Are they matching? Yes. That means is BA as a result possible? Answer is yes. Second rule. So we are finding BA now, okay? So second rule. Second rule says what? It says resulting matrix ka order. So that means BA is gonna be my resulting matrix. Uska order. I'm not sure wo kitna bada hoga. So I'll apply the rule. Rule says first matrix ka first number, second matrix ka second number. तो इसका मतलब, what is first matrix? This. उसका first number 2. Second matrix का second number. Second matrix ka second number 1. So answer is 2 cross 1. That is gonna be my resulting matrix. So 2 cross 1 means 2 rows. 2 rows. 1 column. That means patla sa. So it is 2 cross 1. Understandable? Third rule says how to multiply. Always multiply row with column. So in this case, row is only this much. There is no second element. So row with column 1. So that means it becomes 1 into 3 plus what? Nothing. So is it correct that we are doing? Answer is no. Why? Because you forgot one thing. You're now not finding AB, my dear. You're finding BA. If you're finding BA, to row with column karte waqt, you have to start this as your row. So row with column. There are gonna be 2 cross 1 यानी 2 elements. तो जो first element बनेगा कैसे बनेगा? Row 1 with column 1. Second element कैसे बनेगा? Row 2 with column 2. Column 1. Let's write it here. This is gonna be row 1 with column 1. Then here, row 2 with column 2 hai kya? Nahi, so again column 1. That's gonna be my result. So, my BA ka answer becomes 2 cross 1. Let's start. Row 1, column 1. This with this. So it becomes 3 into 1 plus minus 4 into 2. Okay. Next. 5 into 1 plus 6 into 2. Which is equal to 3 plus minus 8. So it is 8 minus 3, 5. Greater number sign, minus 5. Next, 5 plus 6 2s are 12. 12 plus 5, 17. That's my answer. So that means I got BA का answer as this. And I understood that AB is not possible, but still BA is possible. Yes, this can happen in matrices. Okay? I would suggest you people to revise these 3 rules of matrix multiplication very well. If you want, you can take a screenshot and revise them very well. Once you revise, after that, you are to start solving the first 5 questions of the next exercise. That is exercise 9C. Okay? Once you're done with that, I'll catch you. See you soon. Thank you, everyone.